Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-bending concepts of our time, the simulation hypothesis. What if the reality we experience every day, everything we see, touch, and feel, is nothing more than an incredibly advanced computer simulation? Sounds like science fiction, right? But believe it or not, this idea has captured the imaginations of some of the world's top philosophers, scientists, and tech billionaires. So let's break it down. Explore the evidence, the theories, and the implications of this fascinating hypothesis. And stick around for the big question: could we actually be living in a simulated world? The simulation hypothesis suggests that everything we experience, from the Earth we live on to the universe itself, could be an artificial simulation created by an advanced civilization. While this idea might sound straight out of a sci-fi novel, it has gained serious traction among philosophers and technologists in recent years. The concept was first explored in depth by philosopher Nick Bostrom in his groundbreaking 2003 paper titled, "Are You Living in a Computer Simulation?" In it, Bostrom presented a mind-blowing probabilistic argument. If an advanced civilization can create simulations that are so detailed and lifelike, then the odds are high that we might be living in one right now. According to Bostrom, there are three possibilities. 1. Human civilization goes extinct before reaching a point where we can create such complex simulations. 2. Post-human civilizations don't have an interest in running these simulations. 3. We are already living in a simulation. Bostrom's argument is rooted in the idea that if a civilization has the power to run these simulations, they may do so at massive scales. And, statistically, that means the number of simulated realities could far outnumber the one base reality we currently occupy. Now let's talk about the theories that back up the simulation hypothesis. The rapid advancements in quantum physics and information theory suggest that the universe might be more computational than we thought. For example, consider quantum mechanics, which deals with particles behaving in unpredictable, late, strange ways. Some theorists argue that these odd behaviors could be glitches or anomalies in a simulation, similar to how bugs might occur in a computer game. Additionally, astrophysicists have noticed certain fine-tuning in the physical constants of our universe, like the speed of light or the mass of protons. These constants seem precisely calibrated to allow life to exist, much like how parameters are set in a simulation. And then there's the exponential growth in computing power. As technology continues to improve, the ability to create ever more lifelike and immersive simulations grows. If this trend continues, it's not too far-fetched to imagine a future where simulated worlds vastly outnumber what we consider to be real. So, what do the experts think? Some of the world's most influential tech billionaires have weighed in on the simulation hypothesis, including Elon Musk. In 2016, Musk stated that the odds we are not living in a simulation are 1 in billions. Musk believes that as technology advances, future civilizations would likely use simulations to explore their past, and we might just be characters in one of those simulations. Other prominent figures, like Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, have also shown interest in the hypothesis. Thiel has argued that the numerous unlikely events throughout history could potentially be explained by the idea of a simulation. Even astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson have considered the possibility that we are living in a simulated reality. And it's not just speculation. Advances in artificial intelligence and virtual reality make the creation of convincing simulations seem more plausible by the day. One thought experiment that's often brought up in discussions about the simulation hypothesis is the brain in a vat. In this scenario, imagine your brain is disconnected from your body and placed in a vat, connected to a supercomputer that feeds it sensory data. You would have no idea that you're just a brain in a vat, and your perception of reality would be entirely dictated by the simulation. This raises the question: how can we be sure we're not just brains in vats, experiencing a completely artificial reality? Some philosophers argue there's no way to prove or disprove this scenario. If the simulation is sophisticated enough, even scientific experiments might not be able to detect it. Let's take a look at some evidence that has been interpreted as support for the simulation hypothesis. 1. Quantum mechanics. As we mentioned, the strange behavior of subatomic particles might be an indication of glitches in the simulation. 2. Astrophysical measurements. Some of the fundamental physical constants that govern our universe appear to be fine-tuned in a way that makes life possible, again, reminiscent of how parameters are set in simulations. 3. Computational limits. There are certain limits to how finely we can measure space and time. This could suggest we're living in a world that's pixelated, much like a video game. Of course, the simulation hypothesis isn't without its flaws. Critics point out several major challenges. 1. Computational power. The processing power required to simulate an entire universe with conscious beings is immense. Current technology is nowhere near capable of creating something like that, and the energy required seems infeasible at the moment. 2. Motivation. If an advanced civilization could create such a simulation, the question arises, why would they do it? What's the motivation behind creating a world filled with simulated people? 3. Philosophical implications. If our universe is just a simulation, what created that simulation? And what created the level above that? This leads to an infinite regression of simulated realities, making the whole idea hard to ground in a logical framework. If the simulation hypothesis were to be proven true, it would have profound implications on how we view existence. It would raise questions about free will, consciousness, and even the meaning of life. Are we real people with free will, or are we just characters in an elaborate game? On a societal level, it would force us to reconsider the nature of reality. Religions, belief systems, and our understanding of the universe would be dramatically impacted. But, on the other hand, the revelation that we live in a simulation wouldn't necessarily diminish the value of life. We would still experience love, joy, and connection, even if it's within a simulated world. For some, this idea could bring comfort, knowing there is an order to the universe, even if it's digital. Testing the simulation hypothesis is no easy task, but scientists are exploring a few possible avenues. 1. At the Planck scale. Researchers are investigating whether space and time have discrete units, like pixels in a video game. 2. Cosmic anomalies. Some propose that cosmic rays or quantum events might leave traces of computational artifacts, revealing the code behind reality. While we haven't yet found definitive evidence, the search continues, and the future of quantum computing may play a crucial role in this endeavor. The simulation hypothesis is a fascinating concept that forces us to reconsider everything we know about reality, existence, and consciousness. While it remains speculative, it opens up new avenues for exploration in philosophy, science, and technology. So what do you think? Are we living in a simulation? Or is this all just a product of natural laws we don't yet fully understand? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it interesting. And stay tuned for more deep dives into mind-boggling topics like this one. Thanks for watching.